Hello, 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 everybody. Welcome to a very special live stream with the title The Freedom Lifestyle 5 Steps to Take Charge of Your Finances, Your Sales, and Your Freedom. And I'm super excited. And I'm just going to have to say this very quickly. We are dropping another 100 copies of the book completely free of charge. And I know every one of them is going to go because the last time that we did something like this, we did for 500 books and then they were all gone within a number of hours. So if you are watching this, before we even go to the intro, I'm just letting you guys know the book is in the comments. It's somewhere around this video. Do grab your free copy. It's tjibaria.com/ebook. But without further ado, let's dive into the intro. Let's go, guys. All right. Welcome everybody to another live stream. If you guys can hear me properly, please comment below that you are able to hear me. We are live on Instagram, on Facebook, on LinkedIn, on YouTube, on Facebook, and a few different places actually. And today I wanted to talk about, as the title says, basically how to get a freedom lifestyle and how you can really start taking charge of your life, of your finances, of your sales, and of your freedom. And the reason why I wanted to talk about this topic is number one, because with all of the things that we're running, we come across so many beautiful people from all corners of the world. And we've had a lot of requests of people asking us, well, asking me specifically about like, how did you guys get started? How did you build this business? Hey, nice to see you here, Huda. And what were the struggles that you went through in the beginning? And how do you break free from everything, all the challenges that you may face as you are in the beginning of your journey? And also because we have got such a big group of students and clients all around the world, that it has really allowed us to see, like, what are the do's and don'ts in business, or better yet, what are the do's and don'ts in life in actually a more general sense of the word, because there are certain principles and characteristics that one should have to be able to get to success faster and in a more enjoyable way. And it is also true that if you do the opposite of those things, that then you keep standing in your own way. And I just don't want people to stand in their own ways. It's like, it's really hurtful to see brilliant people not seeing their success that I believe they should deserve, or they should be able to do, or should be able to get, but they're just not doing it. So I'm going to keep this video very direct, brief. It probably will not be super long, but the most important thing that I just want everybody to be aware of is that you can get a free copy of the book, which is a book that I wrote 2 years ago, and it has helped so many people. It's called 5 Steps to Take Charge of Your Finances, Your Sales, and Your Freedom. And it really goes into all of these things that I mentioned before. I talk about how I got started setting up my first $1 million business, and then the second. I'm not actually sure how I went into the second one as well. I think so. I think it is in there as well. But in any case, it shows you exactly what are those 5 steps that you want to start mastering so that you can drastically change your life, your world around. So I really want to say this with a lot of stress and emphasis: get yourself this free copy. Because last time that we did something like this, which was 2 years ago, overnight, well, in a few hours, all the books, and we did 500 copies back then, they were all gone. So I just really want to highlight for people to go and click on the link, grab your copy right now, and you will be able to, get your access to it. And also, just very importantly, when you grab your book, you're going to receive an email with the book in there straight away, because I want people to dive in and start seeing results, meaning that you would have to check your email straight away check your spam as well. It could be that it goes straight away into the spam. And we are also doing a promotion because a lot of people that come to our events always love the energy that we bring and the power and the excitement and all of these things that we do. So I actually narrated the entire book as well, and we're giving that away for just £1. So if you want both of them, you'll be able to see that as well. There's a specific link, which is tjibaria.com/audio, and then you'll be able to get that too. But you'll probably see that in one of your emails about how you can get that for just £1. And again, why do we do this? Because we want to change lives. It's enough. Enough is enough, basically. And we want people to start winning. So I just want to say hello, everybody, for tuning in. It's super excited to have you guys here. And also because I just want to say a little apology for me not having done this many lives in recent days. I want to be honest and say as well that I've been through a number of things, which is no excuse, but like I had in the meantime, a root canal procedure, and there was stuff going on with my back, which again is part of life. So I just want to say my apologies for not being here all the days. Hold me accountable, because I love this stuff. I love to go live. It's something that I miss every single day that I don't do it. So hold me accountable on that. If you don't see me live each and every day, message me and say, Tjibaria, where are you? So that I can make sure to do that. Now, let's dive in. There's a couple of things that, well, in the book, I talk about everything, but there's a couple of things that are super important for me to just highlight in this video today so that people can start making their way forward. And the first thing, and this is a very important one, we speak about this to all of our students, is basically, well, maybe this is not the first thing, but it's a very important one, and it's called character. It's a really, really, really important thing. Have character. Now, what does that mean? It basically means a different amount of things, but I guess one of the most important things that I want to highlight in this video, because I don't necessarily talk about it as much in the book, but that's why I want to give this as an extra, so it's complementary to the book, is that whenever you are creating success for yourself, you have to understand that success is a choice. It's a decision. So when you say, I am going to be successful, or better yet, I am successful, you basically are creating everything of success within you at this very moment right now. And by you choosing that and by you focusing on that, that's how you are going to be able to focus on that road. A very simple example that we speak about a lot in our events, which I learned from my dad, is basically, like, I wouldn't know if the summary was called like the art of focusing, but it's basically like this. Like some people say with manifestation, it's like you're creating something. But what if this thing that you want to create and manifest is already there? For instance, very simple example, say you want to come to Dubai. You want to come and have fun with us here in Dubai. Now, if you want to do that, you don't have to create Dubai because it already exists. You don't have to create the airplane because the airplane already exists. You don't have to create the car to get to the airport because that already exists. You just have to focus on getting yourself there and not being distracted by everything around you. So another way of looking at manifestation is also like by just focusing on exactly that thing that you want to gain, but also understanding that it actually goes into focusing in that or about that in yourself. And that's why character is so important. And like this is sometimes a big point for people to realize, is that everything, all the answers lie actually within ourselves. So if I say, hey, I'm going to make $1 million empire, I'm going to make $1 billion empire, I make that decision within myself. I then take on that energy, that belief, and that action, which we talk about a lot in this book. And you will then navigate your way towards that future outcome or that thing that is already in existence, but you're now going to focus and you're going to kind of like allow all of the distractions to dissipate so that you have full clarity, you can move forward. But the problem with all of that is that when you do that, there are obviously going to be hurdles on the road. There's going to be challenges. And if you saw my previous video, we basically talked about how those challenges are actually blessings, because those challenges are meant to make us those people that can receive all of those blessings and all of those goals and whatever, right? So if I want to be the business owner of a multi-million-dollar business, then I got to be strong enough to be able to actually handle that. And so the challenges are basically making you into that person that can handle it, so that you can then accept the reward at the end of the road. But what is so important in that is that with that whole character aspect, is that not that you only like it when things are good, or only like it when things are going your way. The beautiful thing about character and the beauty of tests in life is that, especially when things are hard, especially when things don't go your way, is when you need to show up and be full of conviction and full of kindness and full of passion and full of love for what you know is possible, and for yourself as well as for others. Because the way how you're going to show up with character in those situations that are the toughest is what's going to accelerate the results. But it's also literally, again, a test of life. Like what we see a lot of the time, and again, I'm just going to add these extra layers so that when you go into the book, you have extra acceleration with all of that, is that you sometimes see people that are absolutely excited to go and create their business, and they're really all in, and like, yes, I'm gonna do it, and yes, I'm gonna move forward, and yes, I'm not gonna back out. I know I want this, and they're like super super devoted at the beginning. But then when the first little thing hurdle comes on the road, or the first thing that is a little bit different than what they expected, or whatever, like it's a little pebble on the road, then in that moment, all of a sudden, all of that positivity, all of that drive, all of that excitement and certainty goes away. And we tend to go back into our normal mode, which is like, oh, this is not going well. Oh, I cannot do it. Or I'm going to blame this person, that person, the other person, like, Arr! And that's the whole point of that little challenge, because then you are basically being tested. Like, how much do you want this? How important is it for you to create a freedom lifestyle, or to create the life of your dream, or to pursue a certain goal and achieve that goal? And unless we learn that lesson, especially in the times when it's hard, then we're not going to get beyond that point. And that's a really, really important thing to realize, because with that, people stand in their own ways. Unfortunately, I have stood in my own way many times, and I probably will still do it for many things where I haven't realized this whole concept, because this concept manifests itself in our lives in so many different forms. Even though it's the same concept, it comes at us in different forms, so that we don't necessarily recognize it. But once we start recognizing it, then you can see that actually you can apply the same techniques, the same things every single time in growing your business, getting a particular result, achieving something, or growing yourself in the next area of life. And so what this book talks about are actually those specific 5 things that we then ought to do whilst remaining that character every step of the way. And I really, really am excited for you guys to dive in. I know one of the things in this book is where I actually describe one of my big challenges. And one of those things is actually where it was just like, can I even do this? Like, I don't have the money. I don't have the time. What if this? What if that? But one of the biggest things that has really, truly made a huge difference in my life is that I've always had, since the day I was born, people around me that have been so loving, so encouraging, so motivating. Even right now, I still go through so many challenges. I just want everybody to know this, because sometimes people look at me specifically and say, for you, it's easy because you have blah, 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 blah. Well, not really true, because at every different stage of life, there's different challenges, but it's just about how do you handle them? Can you see the similarities? Can you see the patterns? Can you see how are you dealing with it? And all of us, including myself, make a ton of mistakes in that. But the sooner you can recover from that, and the sooner you can say, hey, wait a second, this is a lesson, this is an opportunity, then you get beyond those challenges so much quicker, and the rewards come so much faster. And then you build also your confidence. But what was key in that for me, and I know will also be key for you, is that you are surrounded by people that actually are holding up that mirror for you, and that are encouraging you in the moments that you cannot see it. And that is something really, really, really important. And so what I also want to say with this whole video that I'm making about how anyone watching this live or on the replay can really start taking charge of your finances, of your sales, and of your freedom, is that you want to find yourself a tribe like that. And with you downloading the book, I just also want to say, like, you are more than welcome in our Freedom Lifestyle entrepreneurs group, which we are running so many free trainings for. We just do all of these things. And if you want to be part of that group, completely free of charge, it's called tjibaria.com/group. Very simple titles for everything, or links. So if you want to be part of the group, you can be part of the group. And again, it's like a lot of stuff that we are doing there, but it's just important that you then have the clarity just a little bit about, okay, these are the steps to take. So that's why I highly, highly, highly encourage everybody that came across this video that, number one, you download the book. Number two, you start diving in straight away. And again, if you want the audio version, it's just £1, and then you get it. And if anybody's wondering, like, what is the pound in respect to the dollar, it's like $1.23 or something like that. So in case you don't have that math, there you go. But yeah, just get on with it. And I can tell there's been so many people who've read the book, listened to the audiobook, and had tremendous breakthroughs and just, took off with strides forward. And that's really one of the things that we wanted to establish by giving away another 100 copies. So I hope that once you get across this video, that there are still copies left. Like I said last time, it went really, really fast. So make sure to click on the link if you haven't done it already. Grab yourself the book. Even if you're not going to read it today, then at least make sure you have a copy so that you can read it tomorrow. But don't wait too long, because the best time to plant a tree is 20 years ago, and the next best time to do it is right now. And I want to finish this video by saying that everything is possible as long as you are willing to just take that first step. And one of our newest students that I actually want to give a shout out, his name is Zach. And he actually said something really cool while watching our Project 1 Million in 1 Year course, because we actually made a Project 1 Million 1 Year course. And he was actually going through it, and he said in his live video, aha moments of the first video, he said, yes, actually it's just the first step is the hardest, but once you've taken the first step, the second step is a bit easier, and then the third step is a bit easier. And it's actually like, then all of a sudden you start building upon your experience and confidence that you're gaining and trust that you're gaining from having seen that after that first step, you've done all right. And that's a big thing too, because maybe sometimes people look at people that have gained any amount of success and think like, wow, they're just so confident, and aren't they ever scared? And, isn't there anything challenging happening in their lives? And it's not like it's not happening. It's definitely happening. But it's just that you build a layer of confidence and just, trust and faith that you've been there so many times in a difficult situation and you made it out. Or like what I always like to say is that every single time that I face a challenge, even if I don't see how to get out of it, I always feel like God is helping us forward and is seeing the efforts that you're putting in. And there's this quote by Bobby Kennedy Jr., and he says, you take care of the small steps and God will take care of the big steps. So that again actually comes back to the whole character point, because even sometimes when you don't see a way out, or you're like, man, how do I get myself out of this? Or I've just started this business and I make my live videos and there's nobody tuning in and whatnot, right? And then you may feel like it's not worthwhile, but it is, because everything we do goes seen or never goes unseen. And so if you show up, and you show up with kindness, you show up with responsibility, with integrity, and you just really come from the most pure positive intention in all of that, and you dare to look at yourself, and you dare to take those steps that may not feel as comfortable, but definitely will be the right thing to do, then that is going to be rewarded. There's been so many times that happened in my life, so many times that it happened in my loved ones' lives, in our students' lives, and it's just a fact. So if you, at this moment in time, listen to this and you're in a situation where you're like, what do I do? Well, number one, download the ebook, read it. If you can get your hands on the audiobook, do that too. It will definitely help you. Number three, join our group. It's free. We help people, and it's just an absolutely beautiful community. We right now have 8,600 something members, which is super awesome. So I'm just so excited. And it's just getting to know so many different entrepreneurs from all around the world. It's just such a joy. But besides all of that, just allow yourself. It really comes down to that. Allow yourself. If you have a dream, you don't have that dream just by coincidence. You have a dream for a reason. You've been given that dream for a reason. So take action, believe in yourself, find yourself a tribe, and learn how to do the steps right. And I know that this book will help you guys with it. So I just want to say, guys, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Love to have you guys with us. Also, please, once you have read the book, send me a message. I would love to know what your aha moments were. I would love to see how it is helping you forward. It's always so beautiful for us to collect these stories, because with those stories, we can inspire so many more people. And I really, really know that already right now, there's so many people who've downloaded the book that have seen tremendous impact from it. And I know it will do it for all of you guys as well. So don't wait, click on the link, download the book. If you can get your hands on the ebook, do it. If also, again, you want to be part of our group, join our group completely free of charge. But don't let anything be an excuse anymore for you to do what you know in your heart you want to do, you can do, and you should do. So on that note, I'm gonna go. Love you guys lots. If this video was inspiring one way or another, feel very free to share it. If you are new to wherever you're watching this video, feel free to follow, like, send a friend request or anything like that, and I would be so happy to connect with you. And last but not least, let me know your biggest aha moment from the book so that I can be there, support you, cheer you on, hold you accountable to live your best life. And that's it for me today. Lots of love, everybody. Bye. And also give the video a like if you can. Bye.